Hi, my name is Kerry Critchlow from RCA Recording Studios, and today we're going to be talking about how to mix a snare. Now, I've done a little bit of processing already, and I'm just going to walk you through what I've done. First of all, we're going to play it with no processing, and you can hear what's going on kind of just raw. All right, so it sounds all right, but it can still sound a little bit better. So the first thing we've done is added a little bit of distortion with a preamp type of plugin from Stephen Slate. It's the FG73. And this is adding just a little bit of warmth and color to the sound. And here's what it sounds like. Okay, so it's very subtle, but I think it's making a difference. The next thing we've added is a little bit of EQ and compression. I encourage you to check out the 5-minute mix series. I've done an EQ and compression video on snare drums, but if you're not familiar with that, we'll quickly run down what's going on. We've got a high pass to get rid of some of the low rumbly stuff. We've added a lot of top end in order to kind of make it brighter and snappier. We've added some mid-range in order to give it a little bit of snap and make it kind of cut through the mix a little bit more. And then we've added a little bit of low end in order to give it a little bit of weight and oomph when it comes to EQ. When it comes to compression, we've done a 4:1 ratio with a slow attack, fast release, and we're looking to get somewhere around the 2 to 5 dB-ish gain reduction on this particular snare. And then we've also used an expander in order to automatically turn the volume down when it's not being played. This is going to help kind of tighten it up and also get rid of some bleed. And here's what that sounds like before. And here's after. So as you can hear, it's a little brighter, a little punchier, a little snappier, just kind of seems to cut through the mix a little bit better. And that's exactly what we're going for. The last thing we've done is added a little bit of reverb. This is a room reverb using R-Verb from Waves. We've added some pre-delay in order to let the snare stay up front and not be pushed back so much. We're doing about a 1.5 second time for the tail of the reverb. We've turned down the size of the room a little bit, added a little bit of diffusion. Other than that, it's pretty default. And this is just adding a little bit of room ambience and making the snare kind of have a little bit more character and compensating for taking away some of the tail with our expander. Okay, and so that's making a difference as well. Here's with nothing again, no processing at all. And then here's with everything on. Okay, so anything I've done here is not gospel. You can process this whatever way you think is going to work best for the mix you're working on in the context that that it's in. But this is what I've decided to do with this particular kit. Anyways, here's what it sounds like in solo, no processing. And then here's with all the processing on it. And yeah, that's making a difference. Anyways, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.